$40 million in losses. Just quick, business, everybody understands is P&L, profits and losses, $200 million in revenue. That's your gross. Then your net revenue is what you're making out of that. It's some of these games that Caitlin Clark is playing in. Now, I know that the league's been around for 20 years. I know that it's lost money for a very, very long time here. I know they're saying like $40 million in losses potential. Now, $200 million in revenue is the total. Right? Every business has expenses. Every business has costs. For the WNBA, it's a lot. Obviously, you got like 140 players or something like that, depending upon at the time how many are hired, how many are employed, the buildings, everything else like that.
Imagine tuning into the WNBA All-Star Game expecting the best talent on display, but instead you're hit with a protest that completely derailed the night. What were the players thinking? "Pay us what you owe us" shirts left the league, sponsors, and fans in shock, and the aftermath could destroy careers. What really happened behind the scenes? And why are potential suspensions just the tip of the iceberg? Stay tuned for the full fallout and the staggering financial truth behind the controversy. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 83% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video.
Looks like everybody's having a blast. Now, there's a big statement coming out of the WNBA, obviously, with them saying, "Pay us what you owe us" shirts. There's different takes on all different sides. We sent an invite to Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner of the WNBA, to come on this particular day. The WNBA All-Star Weekend happened here in Indianapolis. They're calling it in Miami.
Ooh,
they're saying it was Miami in Indianapolis. I'll tell you what, I saw a lot of videos. Looked like everybody was having a great time. Obviously, schedule is crazy. Look for us to chit-chat with her here in a while.
Hell yeah.
Because I am trying to figure it all out. Because whenever we found out what the WNBA pays their players through Caitlin Clark, she's making like 70 grand or something. They're charging $70,000 for a suite.
Imagine this, the WNBA All-Star Game, an event designed to celebrate the league's top talent, completely overshadowed by a bold and unexpected statement. Fans expected fast breaks and highlight reels, but instead, they got a protest that turned heads for all the wrong reasons. Players arrived in custom shirts, reading, "Pay us what you owe us." It wasn't planned with the league or sponsors, and the fallout was immediate. What was meant to deliver a message about fairness ended up stirring controversy about entitlement. This protest hit a nerve. Many fans pointed out that WNBA players already earn impressive salaries, 6 figures for a season spanning just 4 months.
So the immediate reaction is, whenever you say "pay us what you owe us," it's like you're not making any money. So what do we owe you? You owe us money. This is actually one of those things. They are then, from that $200 million gross revenue, allegedly back here at $40 million in the red as a loss. Allegedly. We don't know what's real and what isn't real, but allegedly everybody has said they'd never turn a profit. But if we're already losing $40 million, could you not just bump them up to at least 6 figures? Like $70,000 as a paycheck is that's an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Especially for like Caitlin Clark or all these people.
But here's the kicker. The league itself is bleeding money, losing around $50 million annually. Imagine being asked for more when the numbers show a glaring financial hole. That's exactly how online audiences saw it, and the criticism poured in. Entitled, out of touch, and a bad look for the league filled comment threads and headlines. Social media lit up with debate, but much of it skewed against the players.
It's just wild, because if you just add 30 grand to each one of them, get that up over $100,000, it's another like 4.6 million. So you're 44.6 million in this way. There has to be 4 million you can find somewhere in here that you can give up to give the players at least a little bit more money. Now, with that being said, my dad, his job, if he would have got paid $70,000 a year growing up, would have been incredibly pumped about that. But with how long the WNBA has been around, to say the $40 million loss is the reason why you can't give them money, that should be pretty easy to make happen, because I don't think the $70,000 thing is right. But I think that negotiation is going to be tough.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very tough negotiation. Yeah. Now, it seems like the players, though, all in on their side of it. And then if you listen to everybody else talk, it's like, hey, business, this is how business works. You make money, you get money. That's kind of how it goes.
What made things worse was how it caught everyone off guard. League executives were blindsided. They hadn't been consulted. Sponsors, whose financial backing is vital to the WNBA's survival, were outraged. Even the NBA, which has supported the WNBA for years, was reportedly frustrated with the timing and tone. It was as if the protest had blindsided every major stakeholder. Fans who tuned in expecting an explosive showcase of talent were instead met with a performance that fell flat. Headlines comparing this to last year's competitive and engaging All-Star game piled on, calling this one a flop. And then there's the undeniable contrast. When players hit the court and it felt more like a casual scrimmage than all-star intensity, fans noticed. Instead of elevating the league, the protest became the night's defining moment, and not in the way they'd hoped. Sponsors have started demanding action, and league executives aren't ruling out harsh disciplinary moves. The decisions being made behind closed doors could change everything. Up next, we're breaking down why the WNBA's financial struggles are at the center of this disaster, and why they're too big to ignore. You know what's crazier? This wasn't just a protest. It was a spotlight on a problem much bigger than player salaries. The WNBA is in financial trouble. Players make six-figure salaries for a 4-month season, but the league itself is drowning in red ink, losing an estimated $50 million every year. Those losses are covered by the NBA, which has been keeping the league afloat for over 2 decades. Without that money, the WNBA wouldn't even exist. So here's the question fans are asking. If the league isn't profitable, what exactly are these players owed? Some online commentators didn't hold back, saying, "Can we pay them to go away?" And then there's Caitlin Clark. She's not just a rising star. She's the lifeline for the league's renewed attention. Her talent brought in new energy. Ratings shot up, ticket sales surged, merchandise sold out. One creator bluntly summed it up, saying, "She's the only player in this league who deserves that shirt." But instead of rallying behind this momentum, this protest felt like pulling the league in the opposite direction. It created division at a time when the WNBA needed unity to build on Clark's impact. The timing couldn't have been worse. The 2024 All-Star Game was already struggling to draw attention without Clark, who sat out due to injury. Fans were disappointed before the game even started. People had been hyped up, expecting a showdown featuring the league's biggest names. Instead, they tuned in to a lackluster game, headlined by controversy. That just made the protest feel even more tone-deaf. Here's where everything unraveled. Protests for change only work when they resonate with fans, and that's where the WNBA players missed. In leagues like the NFL or NBA, where billions are generated, player movements have successfully pushed boundaries. But this isn't that. This is a league surviving on subsidies with no proven path to profitability. Critics called the protest career suicide in real time, claiming it alienated fans and angered sponsors. If disciplinary actions follow, the players could pay a bigger price than they ever imagined. The protest wasn't just a shock to the WNBA. It exposed just how delicate the league's foundation really is. Fans felt alienated, sponsors furious, and even the NBA, who's been footing the bill for years, appeared frustrated. The optics, a league already losing tens of millions of dollars annually, and players asking for what they're owed. It left people wondering if the WNBA is out of touch with reality. Fixing this means more than demanding change. It means proving the league's worth. The question hanging now isn't about suspensions. It's whether the WNBA can recover trust or risk becoming irrelevant altogether.